back with another video by X, and today we're going to be reviewing another one of my Hero Factory mocks, which is actually going to be doing 2 in 1 video, so hopefully this doesn't run too long, but yeah. So before we get started, I just wanted to remind you that I am doing a Q&A video. It depends on when this is going up, but hopefully it shouldn't be later than December 15th. If it is, then forget everything I'm about to say. But if this is going up before December 15th, I am doing a Q&A video for all of those amazing subscribers out there who subscribe to me. Thank you so much for being interested in my mocks. It just means a lot to me. So what I'm doing is I'm having all my subscribers posting a question on the last update video, which was in November, which I'll put the link to like at the end of the video or something. So go post your questions there, and I'll get to that Q&A video pretty soon, hopefully before Christmas. But yeah, moving on. Let's go ahead and get to these guys. Now I'm gonna start with just one of them instead of doing both at the same time. So I'll have this one back here, just if you wanna look at that for whatever reason. But yeah, we'll do both in vehicle mode, then we'll get to all that other stuff. But alright, so here are these both in the vehicle modes. Both of these are beast, so you can see the head here and the head here. Yeah, the difficult thing with turning beast into vehicles is that usually it doesn't turn out good depending on what kind of beast you make. Like both of these don't have like wings per se. I mean, this one kind of does, but not like dragon type wings or bird wings or anything like that. This is just kind of like beast with wingless beast type thing. So it was a little bit easier this time, but generally it can get quite challenging to make a beast transform. I mean, that's just my experience. I don't know how it's been for you guys. But yeah, so these are the forms I came up with. So we'll start with this one first, which this one is a really sleek type of hover car / speeder thing. Now this one out of the two is my favorite in its beast mode and in its vehicle mode. It just looks really cool. With, all the trans blue and white and silver and black and gunmetal. It just looks cool. Here's a bottom view. See all the stuff. Top view is pretty good. Do have exposed ball joints here and here, unfortunately, and then these two are exposed as well, but that doesn't really bother me. Right off the bat, you just see this thing is very sleek, especially from the front. You can see it's got your like a little transparency here, which could be a cockpit if you want it. Not that these are meant to be piloted. There is a bit of a gap back here in between these, but oh well. I mean, even if I turn this chest plate around here to try to cover that up, it wouldn't cover it up completely. Got your silver paws back here and these stickered parts from Kopaka. I could have taken the stickers off. I don't want to do that because then I have to reapply them when I put them back on Kopaka and take them off when I use them for something else. It's just not worth all that trouble. Besides, I think the design actually adds to this thing in both modes. It's just kind of like a detailed, kind of just technical design. It does have more of a Bionicle aesthetic, I think, but it's got some like vents here, so yeah, it works. Do have your beast head back here, but there's really nowhere else for this to go. Like, I can't really fold it on here because then it'll be like that. So it's best just left back here. Besides, you can use it for whatever. You can maybe open the mouth for like an afterburner, or to deposit bombs or traps or something. So really, it being back here, it could be a good thing depending on how you look at it. Here's this from the side view. You can see it doesn't look too bad. There's gaps in it just because of the nature of CCBS Transformers. It's just gonna be gappy, guys. You gotta accept that. But yeah, I do like how the colors blend. I think the color choices here were pretty good. You have your black here. You got silver here, and up at the back you have your a little bit of gunmetal and white with trans blue here and there. So yeah, I think it's a nice color scheme. I do like it. This is, like I said, my favorite out of the two. It just looks so much cooler than the other one. This one doesn't fly, like I said, it's a hover car, so it's just meant to zoom along the ground. It's pretty fast, and yeah, it's pretty simply constructed in both modes. Transformations not all that complicated, but I'm really satisfied with how this turned out. You have exposed balls right here, where I probably could have put a little bit more armor, but I think it's best that I leave those blank, just because I don't really have a lot more armor in these colors. But yeah, there's that one. pretty simple and straightforward. Like I said, I do really like how this looks. You know, you can see how this comes together right here. Just looking at it straight from the front, you see you have your little bit of white. These can kind of serve as headlights or blasters, depending on whatever you prefer. I'd probably prefer either. Then I just kind of like how this has this like design up here, where all the toes of the beast feet come together to form this kind of shape like that. It just looks cool. I mean, this thing is just cool and sleek all around, especially from this view. That just looks, you know, it does kind of remind me a little bit of what a Batmobile might be like in the future, maybe without like wheels and like some bat fins back here. But yeah, this one's just really cool. Moving on to the next one though. This one here is kind of like a dropship type thing. It's not really meant to drop things, you know, unless it's like bombs. But yeah, it's kind of meant to look kind of like a dropship type thing. You know, have your heavier part in the front, you can see, like the flatter part, and then you have your thinner part back here. I could have made it fly the other way with this being the front, but I liked it better going this way. You can see you have your feet up here at the front, like on the other one. You have this white armor shell up here as the front plating. This is kind of just bare, but you know, oh well. Like I said, gaps, just because it's CCBS, it's going to be gappy. So move on. Yeah, I think the colors here are pretty good. This one, I think it's, yeah, this one is shorter than the car. So yeah, that's that. Here's the bottom view. You can see it's, you know, you can see all the more technical things. Side view, which I've been showing most of the time, and here's the front, and here's the top. Pretty basic, this one too. I think it looks just like, looking at it, just looks more complex for some reason. I don't know why. Definitely looks like more heavily armored too. You know, you got this like thick thing going all the way throughout the mock until you get down here where it kind of tapers down. You know, you got your head here again, but you know, just use your imagination for what that could be. That could be an afterburner, which would be especially useful here for like pursuit stuff. This could definitely drop bombs if you wanted it to. I mean, not every bad thing has to be a bad thing on, you know, different things. So yeah, have your paws back here, or hands or whatever. Some wings which are kind of facing forward. You could kind of use these as air brakes, I guess, if you were to do something like that. Or just, you could do that to make it look cool. I just kind of set them down on to the sides to look kind of like this. To, you know, kind of a cool look. You can spin these around to face the other way, but I don't like that as much. I don't know why. I just think it doesn't look as cool. But, you know, it's all up to you. If you build these guys, you can do whatever you want. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say for both of these. These could be headlights or guns or whatever. These are meant to be armed because they are meant to do dangerous things. Yeah. So yeah, I don't really have anything else to go over on either of these two. I do think they both look cool. I just like this one much more. This one has its own cool factor in its own right, though. Yeah, so let's get to transformation. Starting back over with this guy. So, to transform him, first thing you want to do is pull these arms out, pull them down, and then kind of spin the paws around like so. Just like that. I'm going to do the same thing over here. And there you go. So basically you have the front pretty much done. So next you're going to pull these back, and then this chest plate up here. You're going to pull the tail out, move the legs out, just pull that down, and then pull the chest plate back to give the rest of the front space. So pull the neck out, just kind of, you know, and then what you want to do is going to take these and pull them back, spin them like this, this on there like that, and then just kind of angle that backwards. So again, you're just going to pull this back, just kind of rotate this down and around, put this on like that, and then just kind of pull this back at an angle. So there you go. Now moving back to the legs, what you're going to do is pull them down, move this like that, pull the foot out, and then there's the leg. Which in the Let's Build, I actually made a mistake, and I put the leg on here in the Let's Build. It's actually supposed to be one ball joint forward, so it's going to be up here. Just thought I'd point that out. Let's do the same on the other side. like so. And yeah, let's get this guy to stand for the last step. And let's see, yeah, like that. I'm gonna pull this forward, spin it around, and this is going to just sit like that to give him kind of a thick neck look. But yeah, there's the first guy all transformed, so I'll put him back there so you can still see him if you need to. And let's do this guy. So this one, you're just going to first pull out the legs like so, and then pull out the tail. I'm going to spin the tail around like that, and the legs will be down, and you can just pull these forward like this and like this. So spin the feet out, and then it'll stand up like so. So next what you want to do is take these wings here, just kind of pull them onto the body like so. Yeah. Alright, so next pull these down, and then spin the paws around like that. And do the same on this side, so just pull this down, and then paws go around. Alright, now you're going to pull the neck up, spin the head around, and there you have the second guy. So, there you have them. And there they both are. So, yeah, so that's the two guys. Which I should mention, I actually didn't name them before the video, so let's give them a name right now. They're both, well actually before I do that, I should mention, just for backstory purposes, these both are not like organic beasts. I use the colors I did because they're supposed to be robots. Now I'll get to that a little bit later, but yeah. Just with that in mind, let's go ahead and name them. So they'll both be let's go with B38. So this one will be B38-X. This one will be B38-Y. So those are the models. Hopefully I remember that. So there's B38-X over here with the sleek look and the transparency. And this is B38-Y. So yeah, again, we're going to start off this review over here. So this is B38-X. And you can see, he's a pretty cool looking. Again, I still like this guy better than that one. Just overall, aesthetically, he just came out a lot better in several ways. I'll show you that a little bit later. But yeah, he's got some nice colors. So you have the black and the trans blue and the white. Excuse me, along with the gunmetal and silver on his body and some silver on his paws. A little bit of gray back here to kind of blend, kind of spread colors around. But yeah, this one I definitely like more. You can see he does have these black printed pieces from what's his name, the Splitter Beast set. So if you don't have those, I guess you could just substitute that for something else. He does have these parts from Kopaka, which fortunately these white shells in this size only come with Kopaka. Like I said, they do have the stickers on them, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that adds to the design, especially with these other printed pieces. But yeah, so he has this transparent blue head up here, which is from the Crystal Beast. I actually ordered this one online, so I don't have that set, but you can get that if you want. But yeah, he's just kind of a cool guy. Exposed ball joints here and right under here, but oh well. I mean, there's not really a logical way I could fill those up without affecting a couple of different things. But yeah, this right here is just supposed to give him the illusion of a thick neck. It doesn't really work from the side view or the bottom view, but you can, oops, pop that off. Let's see if I can get this. Nope, you can't. So he's just gonna look thick necked from the top. So I guess this is just gonna be like extra top neck armor, or for some reason, yeah. So this guy has some transparent blues on him to match with the head. I'm just have these kind of cyan colored bones up here just to spread the blue throughout. Yeah, I do like this guy a lot. So real quick, let's try the articulation. Back, forward on the front legs, up and in. Got elbow, which goes about this far. Foot's got everything, just a little bit limited going out. The head, you can move this out the way, so if you need to, you can just move that back or whatever. So moving that back, the head can go up this far. You have 2 joints, so at this joint back here, you can go up, you can go down, side to side. Got your rotation, so you can get it to look different ways and do that. And then you have all that same stuff with the actual head joint. So the head can pretty much look anywhere you need it to. Tail goes up and down here. Got your rotation and your back and forth here, and same here. And then the back legs go forward. They are limited backwards to about here. These here can bend more forward than they can backwards, but they're kind of like the knee on a beast. It's more like a dragon leg back here, where you have your leg here, and then this is kind of part of the foot. But this can go back. Can't really go forward, unfortunately, but the foot can go anywhere. Not too limited going outward, but there is a little bit of limitation just because the armor's in the way. And yeah, these can move around if you want them to, but I don't really see any purpose to that. So yeah, there's his articulation. Like I said, I do like this guy. He has this little spike on top. He looks more, well, I don't know about more, but I just like him a lot more. He just has that sleek, cool look. And yeah, so this one has a spike tail for stabbing things and, you know, slicing and dicing for whatever. He's the faster of the two and more stealthy. And he's programmed in that way. So, with that out the way, let's go ahead and move on to the other guy. So this is B38-Y, and this guy is kind of a T-Rex type thing. He's got some weird things going on with him, which kind of detract from the look. The foot on his tail, you probably noticed that earlier and in the last build. It's kind of weird, but it does have a purpose. The idea with this guy is that instead of being able to slice and dice with his tail, you spin it around, put this down, and then he bounces on it so that he can use his back legs to kick you. So that's the idea with this tail. So he'll just, you know, come up to you, bounce on his tail, and then, you know, kick you in the face, because that's what he's supposed to be doing. So yeah, that's kind of the thing with his tail. This guy is not quite as good as the other one. He has a few oddities, like his body looks disconnected, as you can see. You have this this little thing connecting the arms, and especially from the front, you can tell that just looks kind of weird. So yeah, his body's kind of disconnected from itself. The rest is pretty good. The colors aren't as balanced because, you know, I have this lone white shell. Which, now that I think about it, I probably could have put another silver shell right here because I had another one. Oh well, you can just do that yourself if you build this guy, but yeah. I like the wings on his top. I think that looks cool, and that was definitely something I wanted to do with this guy. The head matches, and you have your blues throughout. Got some trans blue and some of the cyan type color. He's kind of taller than the other guy because you can because he's supposed to be, I guess. You can see compared. Yeah, he's taller. Supposed to be, you know, the more T-Rex like of the two. So he has the short and stubby arms, and, you know, the head up here, and the legs back here. So the articulation, real quick. Let's move this out the way. So the arms can go up. They can go in just to this far because of the armor shell. Forward and backwards. Got your elbow, which is about 90 degrees. Hand can move anywhere it needs to. The hands are less of grabby hands and more just like the paws type thing, but I mean, I didn't put any claws on them because that would just complicate things for transformation because you have to fold those up or do whatever with them. So they're claws, but you can pretend that these are like little like fingers here or claws or whatever. Head has the same articulation as the other guy, so I won't do that again. The legs can go forward about this much, and that is kind of disappointing. I mean, you can move it outward to move it more forward, so I guess it's not that big of a deal, but yeah. Exposed bulge right here, which not really anything I can do about that. They move backwards, they move out, and they move in a little bit. You got your, like this, and then this can rotate, which I didn't show on the other guy. It can also rotate, goes back and forth, and then you have your foot articulation, which is pretty much the same as the other guy. Tail's the same, except I added a little extra joint back here. A little extra bone piece that it can go up and down and then rotate as well, so you can get that kicking action. This also rotates here and then folds, and then this has a lot of articulation too. So you can do quite a bit with each of these two. I'll get them in kind of a, you know, maybe T-Rex like pose. like this. Just do that. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Both of these guys are cool in their own right. I mean, it's up to you which one you like. I just like this one because some of the attributes I like in, like, heroes and stuff. And just some of the abilities I'd rather, if I had my own hero, is stealth and speed and power. All at like a balance. B38-Y is kind of the more powerful type with his kicking legs and, kicking legs. Not really sure where else I was going to do that. He has a thicker and more powerful tail, but, this is kind of the powerhouse. It's like just going to ram into you and just tear you up. This one has a bit more calculating power, and he's stealthier and faster. So yeah. So the story behind these guys: after Deadeye escaped from Hero Factory and just disappeared, Inferno was kind of at a loss. But turns out when he found out of Surge's activities a while back when Surge attacked Hero Factory, or before that even, he actually from years past, when they returned from that planet, when they first ventured there, he had a beast that snuck on board that the Hero Factory captured and kept in just like this little habitat type cell. So using DNA from that beast, he made these two just abominations. He used the DNA from that beast and some of the research from Surge's lab, which Deadeye had recovered. He used that to kind of create these two monsters. And if you're wondering how he recovered it, basically there was a device on Deadeye that would kind of film where she was and record data that was around her. So he hiring Deadeye kind of worked for him, but not all the way. So we got a little bit of information on how Surge was conducting his like beast transformer type things. He basically fused a metal kind of skeleton, a hero skeleton, to a beast form so that it could transform and hopefully would eliminate some of the breathing problems that they had. Because the beast from that planet, which I should mention his name is Zygeria, if you've been following since some of my first mocks, that planet has a specific atmosphere for those beasts that no other planet has. So by fusing them with the Hero Factory skeletons, he was hoping that maybe the skeleton part of them would make it so that they didn't like actually have to breathe as a necessity. But yeah, what Inferno did was he just took that DNA and just made complete robots. And these guys actually proved to be a pretty good match against the organic beasts and beast formers and stuff. Yeah, that probably sounded a little bit confusing to those of you who haven't been following me for a long time. If you're a little bit confused about that, I did post a kind of story video, which is a Hero Factory story video. It's named like Hero Factory Mock Story #1. I'll probably do another one of those eventually, but that'll just kind of give you a little bit of story detail. But yeah, so that's it for these two mocks, the robots. This is B38-X, this is B38-Y, powerhouse, stealth and speed, more computing power, less computing power. A match against the beast from Zygeria, which is the planet that has organic beasts that Inferno does not like because they killed Alpha Team. That is a lot to throw at you at once, but hopefully it wasn't too overwhelming. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to post your questions on the last update video for that Q&A video by December 15th at midnight. And see you guys later.